Team Secret find themselves one game up in our opening series of day number 2 here at ESL One Katowice. Second game just around the corner. If you are just joining us, they are best of 2s or 2-game series, if that's what you prefer. I don't like best of 2 as a phrase either. It doesn't make any sense. But I'll tell you some people that do make sense. A Cap and the Haz are alongside for game number 2. What do you make of this whole...
We make sense. Wow.
Best of 2 makes sense if it's 2-0.
Does it? Let's ask the stat
that
man.
was the best?
Let's ask the stat man.
My metric is I care a lot more. When you say that thing, do people immediately know what you're talking about?
Right.
And the answer is yes.
Yes.
So I'm willing to live with it.
I mean, it's all over Liquipedia and other... I'm blaming Liquipedia because they do a great job, but it's all over every other site. Yeah, BO2.
I don't love it.
It's become the vernacular, right? So we sort of... but a lot of people messaged me and said, stop calling it best of 2. It's not best of 2. You can't technically have a best of 2. So, all right, rant over. Guys, I'm going with it's a 2-game series.
People get triggered on the internet?
It's unbelievable, right? What? Especially on something called Dreadit. Something the kids are on these days.
I think I'm familiar with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Moving on. Moving on. Is this anything other than a 2-0? I don't want to be, Mr. Debbie Downer here, but it doesn't look good for Mineski.
There's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance. No, I'm thinking to myself, how is Mineski going to have to play? And one of the things that they need to do is they need to play fast. I
mean, not
to sell out for a Vodafone sponsorship.
No, quite. But I did make a note of too slow, right?
Yeah,
I made a note on my and Fox said that during the commentary as well, that they were just generally as a team were too slow, but they also picked slow heroes in there as well.
Well, and slow itemization decisions. So one of the things we didn't get to talk about in the Open this morning, one of the big trends in this tournament, we had 43 Midases built in the first 24 games. And you compare that to only 24 Midases in 94 games at Chongqing. So we know that item, its build rate overall has basically tripled this patch. Yeah, I don't think 20 gold is going to do it.
It's 10%.
Here's the thing, though.
Gold.
Of those 43 Midases built so far coming into today, over half of them, 23, were built at 14 minutes or later. We're seeing Midas as a second item, like Midas after Yasha, and we saw it on the Moon Clinks in that game.
Well, I feel like that was more of
desperation,
like
right?
Moon's like, oh, the hell is there with the stone? He's just, oh God, trying to carry this team. It's so heavy. He's like, how am I going to do it in 35 minutes? I got to go back for the Midas.
But again, it's like
the only way I can do this
21 and 24-minute Midases are not going to beat Team Secret.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen, but
no, I'm not flaming the guy. You can't,
He had to try.
He was doing work in that game, and he was basically the only one.
So Mineski have banned out the Leshrac.
Yeah.
Pointed it out, Alan, you made the point that they started the tournament off with it. They opened with it against OG. They opened,
and it's such a huge flex position look for them, right? I mean, they can run it on at least 3 positions and probably 4.
Bane banned out by Team Secret this time around, alongside the Shaman as well.
I think that's something that Mineski also has to look for, is they let Secret have just way too many tools to deal with BKB against an Enigma who's very BKB reliant later in the game, and a Juggernaut who relies on that spin.
Yeah. What I love about the Bane right now is that you can roll up to lane with like tangos and 4 mangoes and just trade super efficiently against some of these supports.
That's always been
especially like the tri-lane supports and stuff that are naturally underleveled. And it doesn't matter if you die, you just come back. You have plenty of brain saps to go around on that fresh second life. So
I was surprised. I frankly was surprised that Bane went away. I know that the rework to Enfeeble made a lot of people rethink that hero, but I still think Enfeeble is actually pretty good at low levels.
Was it more that other 5s were better?
Well, it's that. It's also the fact that the 5-position pool tends to be very condensed almost by definition, because most of the time for most of these teams, especially in the West, the 5 position has to be the drafter too. There's only so much practice time.
And there's also like, it's the easiest position to open your draft with.
Right.
Right. It's so naturally, it's like you can't get too quirky with it, because otherwise you just have to be generally strong.
I mean, teams generally don't want to spend 5 bans
Look at this,
5 5s either, do they?
No.
I mean, that's a heck of a lot of support bans first phase, and Secret take the Enigma.
Damn, wow. Moon rocking that bling. Ice on ice.
So for Mineski, now the tables are turned, and you're the ones that have to think about having that reach, and the Bane
Bounty
and the
Hunter.
Rush Striker's already
Yeah,
up the table.
baby.
Oh, I don't know. Tempo-wise, yes. Do you think that Bounty can work as a core?
I like. Oh yeah, I'm down with a safe lane Bounty Hunter.
Okay.
So Bounty Hunter's in kind of a weird position right now in that he's like pretty okay as support, and he actually can be good as a core, but he doesn't excel quite at either role. So it feels like it's kind of.
Do you want to hear some fun stuff?
No matter what.
So he was 3-3 yesterday.
Yeah.
3 out of 3.
Yeah.
Got played this morning by OG in the off lane.
Yep.
Okay.
I saw it. I saw it.
They lost.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean,
I'm
it was
not
also
saying
what
he's
he was
totally
playing
down to
against.
Seb, but
He's playing a core. He's playing like a 3-position Bounty Hunter,
Yes.
which is not going to get the same farm as the safe lane 1-position Bounty Hunter coming to your pub soon. But that, like, you're not going to have the farm to actually threaten some of the cores, and what they were matched up against was 3 strength cores. So naturally, Bounty Hunter just wasn't going to do enough damage ever.
I mean, what's he gonna? You have 3 strength, any 3 strength heroes in a lineup that can just ball up and push. What's the Bounty gonna do?
Warlock from Mineski, which is
we saw that as a
sort of
response
Secret.
to the Enigma yesterday.
Yeah, Secret did it yesterday.
Yep.
So
And it worked really well.
only reason, like, I'm happy to see Bounty Hunter here. The only reason for that is I think it's a decent conceptual counter to the 4-position Enigma. Now, if you run a 3-position Enigma, which Secret entirely can do, they is especially since the 3-position Enigma is naturally going to build into those team fight items, the sustain items that already makes Bounty Hunter kind of an issue.
What about the Kunkka here? Because obviously it's a mild flex pick for Secret as well.
Yeah.
Well, the Enigma, both of them are. I mean, both of them. You talk about Kunkka. We've had Mid One and Zai both play it in the last 2 patches. The Enigma.
Go back a bit further. Puppy played it as a support as well.
Sure. That was quite a while ago.
Has Zai played 3-position Enigma?
He has.
Recently?
Yeah. He's played it, I think, twice in the last 2 patches.
Okay.
Nope, just once. 1-0. No, it's just, your draft is so open at this point for Secret. I mean, either of these heroes can be cores and supports. Arguably, Kunkka, maybe you do move him back to the 5 position in some circumstances.
It's unusual for Puppy to pick 2 cores in the opening 2.
Well, it's on you. I mean, dual core opens are extremely rare, period, in the last 2 patches. Like less than 5% of drafts.
But we'll see.
I like that Monkey King ban. Again, carbon copy of the last one. Yeah, that protects the viability of Kunkka as a mid, if indeed you want to go in that direction.
Mineski have not banned Medusa yet.
Not banned any of the Nisha heroes, really.
No. Have we seen a PA from Nisha at this tournament yet?
Not yet.
I feel like we have.
But he is on an 8-game win streak with the hero.
Yes, it's approaching Roger levels of Sand King domination, isn't it? What was that, 16?
Oh, did it go that far? It was into the teens.
I think it was in the teens, yeah.
I mean,
it stretched over 2 teams, admittedly, because there was a Na'Vi. I think it was a Na'Vi game towards the end of his career with Na'Vi, and then it went into VP at Katowice this time last year.
Which around, to be fair, around that time, it felt like VP couldn't lose with anything. But,
sure, but then they added Roger, and then it really did feel like they were invincible, and then they picked Sand King, and they just win anyway.
Mineski needs some really strong team fighting heroes here.
Yeah. And you need some team fighting. You need some heroes that have team fight potential and ideally have shortish cooldowns, because fighting around Warlock has the rock. And Fatal Bonds is amazing. Like Kyle has said
fantastic yesterday.
Kyle has said for years, to give him credit, that Fatal Bonds is Warlock's ult. Right. But to take advantage of that Fatal Bonds, you have to have stuff on short cooldowns.
Some of the things that Mineski love playing, Morph.
Well, I think that's the hero right there.
And the puck is the other thing that they've been playing a lot of around Moon.
Sure. Oh, you look at last year how they used to run Puck Venge. That was probably their best hero pairing last year. But I like this Ember again because it will get shuffled around, not only lane like you saw from Secret, but player from Mineski. You'll see both Ajit and Moon play this Ember Spirit.
KP's most played in the last month, by the way, is Brewmaster.
Oh yeah, he's 6-2.
Yeah. And I just wonder whether they go back for that.
Oh man.
Secret has been drafting a lot of the double defensive support.
Yeah.
It's kind of
and you know what enables that? Zai. Like you can't, when you look at them yesterday, right? I think they had, what was it, Coddle Oracle Coddle something else really passive.
Yeah,
and
it was Coddle Oracle.
You can't pressure with those two supports unless Zai is just a god. But he is.
And Oracle is also like, he's a pretty decent lane enabler if you have the right pairing. You also hate playing Ember Spirit against Oracle. Again, just can't emphasize that enough. Like, he hates it so much. The flame card can get dispelled. The fact that you can't actually get away from that Q, you can't remnant, jump away. It'll follow you everywhere it goes.
Yeah, it really does. You watch these drafts of Secrets, and it really just does look like they know where the other team is going, and they just already have the counter in place.
This is a little bit concerning because now Mineski are they're gonna run out of damage.
Oh yeah.
In these situations, right? They're gonna have Kokos Rum, maybe some sort of team fight items on the Enigma. You're gonna have this Oracle saving somebody.
And I do kind of. Do you think they can still go for the puck? I still want to see them try and feature mobility. Like, I think that's the best chance against Secret is you play fast and you play mobile. Well, all right, that to me makes the Ember very, very vulnerable. Secret did you a favor. They banned out the Monkey King, so you don't have to worry about giving away the fact that you have at least 2 out of 3 melee cores. But boy, oh boy, Secret have a lot of information now.
So you're just gonna run
the last 2
Kunkka mid now?
Yep.
Against the Ember Spirit.
Why not?
And
it depends, right? I mean, you could put Zai on the Kunkka, shift the Enigma over to support, and just pick something that's going to punish the Ember even more heavily in lane. Oh. This is what I worry about, right? So okay, Monkey King's banned. Who else are we going to pick that's gonna absolutely F a melee core in lane?
Yep.
And this could be mid one Ursa.
Neither one of those supports
very likely
deals with
Ursa, isn't it?
At all. You can't touch Ursa as a bounty hunter. Nope. Your presence as a warlock against Ursa is very bad. You've got to heal over time against this burst physical damage that builds up.
I just think this. I think this Juggernaut pick was just a major blunder because I think if you don't show Jug and Ember second phase, I don't think that they can pick the Ursa there with nearly as much confidence. But once you show those 2 melee cores with bounty support, as Cap was saying, there's nothing to protect.
Maybe they're gonna. I mean, they're gonna have to try and like dodge the lanes.
You say, and I agree with you, but you still have this issue where you're asking KP, you need the miracle hero pick for KP, right? Because he needs to make so many plays for you, and he also has to be able to rescue your lanes.
I ask again, do they go back for the brew?
Yeah, but again though, that you're now 4 melee heroes against an Ursa and an Enigma.
Maybe they want them.
I think the brew is the obvious one, but it's your four melee heroes into an Ursa Enigma. It's just it's miserable.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I'm not sure what else they can do. I mean, Drow to give them some range.
God, no.
I mean, it's not going to do anything for them, is it? Sniper, same thing. Wind Ranger, can't even believe I'm saying it.
You know, what can win you a lane as Mineski? Right? That's kind of the question. I mean, do you... Oh my God. Well, you can't pick Batrider now.
Oh.
Oh my God, you just...
That's horrible for Mineski.
I think you just lost the Dota game.
Pick a different safe lane. I don't know.
You think this KP Jug and then you...
well, what about Bounty goes... KP goes Bounty now, offlane.
You've got Doom still out there in the pool.
Yeah, it's a KP hero. Only 2 and 3 though, over the last 2 patches.
Night Stalker messes with...
What else has he played? Naga?
Slark pretty badly.
I think
Naga?
honestly, I think Night Stalker's the thing. I think you have to pick Night Stalker and hope that he can create enough chaos both in the... But then Night Stalker is useless for the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
He's a creep. Oh, boy.
Okay, so they're going to do bounty.
Core bounty.
Yeah, it's going to be a bounty core.
That might not be bad against...
Warlock 5, I guess.
Yep. It's fine, but Febi's Earth Spirit is not my favorite.
No.
And I think that this is a game where you just need like an S-tier Earth Spirit player for him to be able to shift the outcome.
I do like the fact that it gives them like a very active component in their laning phase, something that Mineski was really missing. Because everything that we were talking about is like, it just gives you like every one of the cores, if you ran some different offlaner, it only addresses the Slark problem, but your other lanes are still gonna get screwed up.
Right.
At least Earth Spirit, if
do you really feel like Earth Spirit can roam and get kills though in this game?
I mean, I think the Earth Spirit Bounty Hunter can definitely pressure or survive. They can pressure Slark and they can survive against the Ursa lane.
Okay.
I don't know what's the mid matchup. Kunkka,
Ursa.
Ember.
Could
be
I mean,
Ursa somewhere in that
two,
lane.
so.
They're going to try and switch things around as much as possible. I'm not sure how much you can pressure the Kunkka, but I think the side lanes you can do okay with your Earth Spirit.
Okay. Is this anything other than a miserable game for Mineski?
I think Febi needs to have an outstanding game on the Earth Spirit, or this game is going to be over quick.
Okay, thanks guys. Could be a tough one here for Mineski fans. Let's head to game number 2 and find out whether they've got anything in store for Team Secret.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this game 2, a Secret versus Mineski. As we heard from the panel there, so this draft from Mineski, it looks a little rough, right? The Ursa.
The Ursa broke them, I think.
I think it did.
That 4th pick Ursa, I saw the Ember and I was like, is Ursa banned? And then immediately they take it, and now it's like, it gets awkward because they got to the position where now Secret's like, we can vary with our lane so much because now we have an Enigma and a Kunkka, like the panel was mentioning, versus 4 melees. They've got advantages in the lane matchups too. Like Ursa, Ember and Jug don't want to lane versus the Ursa. So now they had to pick a different kind of solution, but then Secret's like, okay, you guys now put us into a spot where we can vary things as well, and we're just going to put the Ursa safe lane anyway and pick a different mid hero. Now we have a Slark on mid 1.
Mid 1 Slark, yes.
Which we saw him... I didn't really want to say anything about that matchup, too, because it was a Bounty Hunter versus a Medusa, or a Slark versus a Medusa. In that game, he was like 30 last hits and 20 denies to like the 15 of the Medusa when we saw it at CQ Major. Everybody was like, what? Slark, he like destroyed this Medusa in the mid lane as a Slark. It was incredible. And I think it was no one. I want to say. So it was like, it was very unbelievable to see that. So I'm curious to see how he's going to do in this matchup versus an Ember Spirit.
30 seconds.
Let's see, indeed. Could be very rough matchups, some of these for Mineski.
Yeah.
As they had a tough game 1. They had good lanes. So this time around, if you look at the drafts, it doesn't look like they're going to get those good lanes once again. Yeah. But we'll see how well they can play, despite the odds being against them when you consider the heroes.
I put a lot of pressure, like Nahaz was saying, on both Febi and on Moon, actually. Pylai, his pressure is there too. Like, his positioning has to be really perfect for just stopping those black holes, as they might be able to find, but they can't. Too far close to the tower. But yeah, the Ember Spirit and the Earth Spirit are going to have some incredible games to put the pressure on, and already right off the bat, Secret will get 4 bounty runes with a Kunkka now in a 1v1 versus a bounty and Enigma. So they're going to be able to just be farming super efficiently on this Enigma, also denying creeps from the bounty while Zai free farms. So yeah, definitely already off to a rough one just from that draft and from those bounties.
Let's see. Another bit of attempts on Niche. Just bringing him down a little bit before he can get into the lane, but he's already got a tango going. Yep. And of course down the line, he's going to have Puppey in his lane. He's going to be able to provide that extra bit of heal if Nisha needs so, if the pressure gets too much.
Great Oracle game. Lots of things to dispel. He's got all the Warlock abilities, he's got silences from Earth Spirit, he's got Ember Spirit's abilities, track. There's so many different things he can actually do, and also negate with that Fate's Edict. It is a pretty damn strong pick this game for Puppey as well. But the big thing I guess we could look at from Mineski is really if they can get the ball rolling, and if they can play a super fast-paced game, and they can get those tracks, if you can get early level 6 on Bounty and just start getting constant kills with Earth Spirit, Bounty, and Ember Spirit, then they can start to do stuff. But it is definitely still going to be hard, though, versus the lineup of Secret.
Oh, Moon actually taking quite a few tower hits there as he tried to trade with mid one underneath it, but he has the salve out. Same to say for mid one, has got a salve now out for himself as well as a fresh set of tangos in order to keep him in this lane. As CS-wise, we can already see mid one is making that lead. 7 for 3 against a 3 for 0 of the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, I think top lane is going to be a disaster for Mineski, and I believe mid lane is going to be a total disaster too. I think Ember will catch up, but I think mid one is really, really good at this hero. He really understands how to pressure heroes, especially in that mid lane. Zai's going to get so much farm up top just with that increased damage. KP will get increased gold, though, just from poking him with the Janata, right? But he's not going to have like any last hits on Bounty versus a Kunkka.
Now Zai just playing around here with KP, making sure to get in bottom lane. Febby to keep Febby safe from Nisha's Ursa.
Mineski cannot lose this lane. If they lose this lane, this game is going to...
Bit of a move onto Nisha. They do land the stun, trying to block him off. Archer's able to get him with a couple of hits, but still not enough to kill off Nisha. Is out of regen. He's got a set of tangos coming out on the courier. And also a salve being bought by Poppy as well to help keep Nisha in the lane. It's going to take a bit of time though, as the courier is on its way towards mid at the moment.
Yep, mid one just poking at this Ember, just building up these agi stacks constantly. Level 4.5 to the level, near level 4 of the Ember, but yeah, Bounty's only got 4 last hits. And Kunkka's got 21 and 8.
That's Zai's having a very happy start to this game. Sure, game 2, game 1, Zai did have a great game, but he had a slow game in the lane in terms of farm this time around. It's going to be a bit of a different story. This is going to be a very farm Zai straight from the off. No need to sort of rely on getting kills. He's getting that farm.
And it's not really going to fear too much like a core Bounty because he's not getting anything. He's getting literally
can't he just
nothing.
Kill Moon here? Oh, so he did the maths. And it wasn't quite enough to favour mid one, so back off. But keeping Moon very, very low. Moon down to just 1 tango. In fact, does he have some regen coming out of the courier? He may do so.
Uh-oh.
Top lane. The setup with the torrent, the Maleficent, they'll run him down. Eidolon's out as well. He has got the invis. They don't have to text.
Cleave. Ooh, just out of range.
Just try for it.
That looked like he was actually in range for it. That was weird.
I don't know if he, maybe the angle was
I
slightly
think the
off.
angle might have been off because he looked like he was in range of 800.
Yeah. I think it was just slightly off angle.
KP's got to be careful.
Oh, he does. Zai has another torrent to play with. He's going to see him.
Ooh, KP might actually be able to get Zai here.
Good turn and just hit onto Zai. He's got the torrent, but yeah, Zai's going to fall down. This KP will fall to the Eidolons, but hey, he got first blood against the 2 of them.
He better tip him. He needed that so badly. All right. There you go, KP.
Yeah, not bad at all, that. To pick up that kill on his own.
Was that the first blood, though?
That was the first blood. Yeah, it said at the top.
That's weird, because it shows that Pi died first.
What did he die to?
He died to Puppy.
Oh.
But I chose that...
I swear it said first.
KP
Maybe
got,
I'm crazy.
I think KP got, because he got more gold.
I swear it said KP got first blood.
No, sorry, you're right. You're right. My apologies. Apologies. Yeah, KP did.
Okay.
I was like, wait. It's not showing, then it showed up afterwards for me. Yeah, he got a lot more. He got 575 for that kill.
Oh, that's not bad at all for a... I mean, yeah, he needed that. He's not getting any sort of farm on that top lane.
He's tied in net worth, though, now as the Kunkka. Just from that.
Maybe from that kill, yeah.
Just from that 1 kill. But is level 4, and Kunkka's more closer to 5. Mid one now.
Oh, a couple more. Moon's going to get out on top. Mid one tried to sort of stand his ground and hit back, but the Essence Shift stealing was not enough. Top lane, KP getting hit by that Tidebringer. The Maleficent one, not enough to kill him. KP will survive. Has got a salve ready to pop.
Hebsor, he's hunting him still.
I mean, they're keeping the pressure on KP for sure. The fortification having to come out as well from Mineski to try and slow down this early siege from Secret onto this tier 1 tower at 5 minutes in.
They might be able to get this. They're going to tank with the Eidolons for the catapult for the next creeps to come up. KP's going to have to try to do something here to get them to just to slow down this tower push, but inevitably it will probably die. As you said, though, mid, Moon has completely caught up just from that kill.
He did.
So there we go. Okay, Mineski. Getting those kills is exactly what they needed because they were losing the last hits quite heavily.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, 6 minutes in, considering the draft, this could have certainly started a whole lot worse for Mineski.
Yeah, it's still surprising, though, Secret has not died bottom versus that tri-lane. The Earth Spirit plus the Jug are not able to find kills because Warlock, he doesn't really help too much. What does he really give you? If you don't go the upheaval, which he did, actually, they aren't able to find those kills, but Secret's had good positioning, and they keep pulling. Puppy's actually pulled this hard camp like 4 times now and reset the lane equilibrium. As top, the tower will go down finally. As KP watches.
KP not quite hitting the 6 I mean, what sort of wants the sixes online? Do you imagine it? Like, where do you look to go as this bounty hunter? Is there any way you can sort of make plays?
Look for the Oracle. Oracle and Enigma are the easiest targets, but he can just travel, just move around with your Spirit, move around the Ember. They just got to make plays. Just get that track money started. This is just like the last game we were talking about. Like, they play too slow paced. This one they have to play very fast paced because of just the nature of their heroes. They've got a Warlock which can slow it down a little bit, but the other three can play pretty quick. They just have to rely on stones mostly if it's for Fabi.
Zai nearly having the phase boots on top of the brace from the crown. So again, these sort of early stats, so especially on a Kunko with the boat ready to go, Zai is going to be a pretty beefy target.
Yeah, he really is.
As he did have such a strong start top. Sure, he did die there once, but they get the tower at a good time.
Ooh, look at this. He's actually Xing himself back to pick up the dust and those few items. Maybe even another. He picks up an obs too, so they want to keep the pressure up here. So I like that play there. Making sure they don't have to actually bring a support or anything. Zai's going to do it himself.
He is going to hit the torrent straight up. The boat's not going to quite come in quick enough as KP's able to walk his way out of the combo. Does come in underneath a sentry ward, but still not enough control, so KP will be fine. A failed attempt there from Zai and Yapso.
Okay. 2K gold lead though already for Secret, and that's the jungle Enigma, right? Look where Yapsor's net worth is, and even Nisha farmed just fine bottom versus the tri lane. They did excellent in their dual lane. No one died. They even got a kill.
And now now Mineski are trying to make these moves around the map. They're leaving that bottom lane with the supports and seeing if they can get some action going elsewhere. They're heading straight towards top. They want to try and do something about Zai and Yapsor's presence up here.
We've got 4 heroes up here and a Warlock showing mid. So Nisha's got uncontested free farm now. It's just Zai who's got to watch out, and he might actually be able to get brought down here. He already puts down the whoops.
Do get the stun off, and yeah, with the wraparound from Moon, they'll easily have damage surely to find Zai. He does get a boat down, but the Shuriken Burst is enough to kill him off, and Moon's in fact diving the tower looking for another kill, and he'll find it. Yapsor taken out as well. Moon is going to have chains back up in 5 seconds. Looks like they won't dive any further. They are going to respect the potential TPs that could come in from Secret. And Mineski getting 2 kills as Moon, as you say, gets active across the map, and it pays off.
That's what they got to do. The 3 hunters, right? These 3, they have to stick together for pretty much this entire early mid game.
Didn't expect them to still be here. And he may be able to play his way out. KP's surely going to want to dive for this, and he does. Gets the last hit off. That's going to be another kill. So Mineski getting 3 kills out of that bit of action.
He's rich.
As KP, is there any way he can get out? They have already used the dust. They thought he was heading back up the high ground, so there's no further detection for him. He doesn't have mana for TP, but should eventually be able to walk his way back to safety.
We'll just have to wait for a bit.
Yeah.
Is he considering suiciding? He's spending his gold.
I mean, he doesn't. I guess with no one around, still not a bad move to do.
The Oracle's coming close though.
He's gonna get XP. Enough. Puppy is.
He's gonna get the kill.
I mean, it was a little greedy there from KP.
That was very greedy.
I mean, sure, I guess he felt that he couldn't walk back. There wasn't any sentries down anywhere sort of around that area, so he could have made it out of there. It would have been long, but...
He could have waited for mana. It would have taken time, but...
Yeah, he had, how much mana did he die with? He
61.
died with 61, so he was close to having TP mana.
Yeah. All right, Puppy's really happy about that.
Absolutely.
He's got a lot more money and experience. Yeah. Kills in level 6 bounty. Yeah.
Yep.
Solo XP for...
I mean, it gave him clear level.
Position. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. As mid one will also be, he was queuing up the defusal first, and now it's back to drums.
Okay.
So yep, Team Secret, they really like drums.
Yeah, they really do. And so also I was going to say this is what's the phase boots on the Slark. Is this something we're starting to see more, or is this sort of a bit different from mid one, getting phase instead of treads?
I've been seeing Secret by phase like.
Yeah.
Everyone's just buying phase.
Well, just because it for the armor value, it's just
the armor is just so damn good.
I mean, we're essentially like doubling the Slark's armor at this stage.
It is quite amazing now.
Yeah. It makes it very hard for him to really be successfully harassed. He's always going to be able to turn and trade hits with you whilst he has this, sufficient armor advantage.
Yeah. I mean, it does give you so much damage too if you're a melee hero.
Yeah,
18 damage.
And good chase potentially. You can keep on the target and keep getting those essence shift stacks.
Fabi, being careful. He didn't actually put down the stone, making sure he doesn't roll too far. But yeah, Nisha is just completely uncontested. He's going for the Midas. We'll have it finished pretty soon. How's our Jug doing? Ajit is going for the Yasha build.
Okay, probably similar build as last game, Yasha to Defusal. We'd expect to see. Midas done for Nisha now. He can get that one finished off. So we'll see here the
double Midases for Secret.
And look at the difference in farm. It's just what slightly lead in neutrals for the Jug, but this was of course an Ursa and Jug in the same lane where Jug, he was part of a tri lane, Ursa was only part of the dual lane. So the fact that they went even on lane creeps pretty much, that's great news for Secret. They won that lane despite having the odds stacked against them.
Definitely. As we do have a little bit of a, slow down, low period. How's our levels looking? We do have level 6 on Pi. We've got all the level 6 have been obtained except for Febby, who's trying to soak that in that mid lane. KP is just going to be that information, much walking ward in a way. Just keep poking, stealing money, and just letting his team know where the core heroes in particular of Secret are. Until it gets purged off, because Oracle.
Mid one, just starting to put some early pressure onto the tier 1 tower. Now that he can feel safe to do so with the Shadow Dance.
Zai is not going Drum, by the way. He's actually going for the Atos. He did buy the crown. I thought it was going to be, but he's getting his team a little bit more catch to try to get for that Ember.
Bottom lane.
Yeah, interesting.
They do get good upheaval onto Nisha. It's a very tough target to go for, especially with Puppey by his side. They'll turn towards Puppey instead, though. He has got the false promise ready to move him back. Yapsol's here as well. They'll turn with the hold onto Moon. Moon gets a Remnant out. Yapsol walking into the fight. They have to be careful of the black hole if Yapsol is able to somehow get on top of them. Nisha will continue to chase Moon away. Moon will be able to retreat, and they'll keep themselves back and out of this Zai. Not able to really find something that was looking for a potential taunt opportunity. Mineski there. I mean, they're still poking around. Pilot does come back in range. The combo going to be landed down. Nisha in and on top of the two of them. The kick there separating Pi away from the Fuzzy Wuzzy. So Pi will continue to back away. Secret, they can't really dive underneath the tier 1 tower, so they'll let Mineski get out of there. But, I mean, Mineski sort of poking and prodding at Secret. That's a little risky, but fortunately for them, they don't lose anyone.
Yeah, just mid one poking that tower, but at the same time, they do also have Ajit farming at least.
So, I mean, with the Atos, as you say, extra bit of catch, easily going to be able to allow him to set up the combos, more tank as well for the Kunkka. So he's going to be very hard to bring down.
Yep, Yapsol will be going for the mech build that he tends to do. He usually he's one of the most known players at just tanking up on the support, on the Enigmas. Very rare you see him actually go for like those blink daggers. Usually like the Greaves, Crimson Guard, pipe kind of guy. As Pi is getting body blocked by an illusion and just gets chased out by Nisha.
Very nicely styled upon there by Secret.
Yeah. And these kind of like slowed down periods, it's fine. It's great for Secret because they've got the Midases. They have the 2 Midases. They have this Enigma who's free farming, and Mineski, they're the team that wants to be doing stuff. They've got a bounty hunter. So he's level 7, so he keeps stealing the gold. He is being annoying, but they want to be getting that track and putting it to use, as well as getting their magnetize and their golem.
Oh, they are going to try and see if they can catch out Nisha. Straight away, Febby heads in, looks for the stun, doesn't find it, does find a silence, but the black hole on the high ground will be there from Yapsol, does get cancelled immediately by the golem drop from Pilot Eye. RJ actually moving away with the Blade Fury, not feeling confident to try and commit onto the two of them. He's now got the Omni Slash onto Nisha, and that'll allow him to kill off the Ursa. Perfect. Also find the Enigma as Febby chases him on the high ground. They're even not done yet. They're on top of Zai. Zai, he is tanky, and he does have that Shrine heal. Is there any help coming for Zai? It doesn't look like it, that there is. Mid one and Puppey, they've actually got their hands a bit full up top as they're trying to kill off Moon. Pounce is going to miss from mid one, so Moon will be able to move away with that favored move speed.
Zai's
back to mid, they're still chasing, and he's underneath the tower. Is there going to be any sort of TP coming in a few seconds? They will have Heroes back alive, but it's not going to be soon enough. The Blade Fury from Arjik gets the kill on Zai. Now with the TP in mid one, seeing if you can find something in return. They do have a sentry down here. Mid one isn't going to be able to get the pounce.
He gets the pounce on him,
but he doesn't see him now. He's outside of range of the sentry, and mid one does not have any detection on himself. So KP will manage to sneak out of there.
That was perfect series of events though for Mineski. Until the chase went a little bit far for them, but the fight in that jungle was just brilliant. They all were there ready. They were fighting around their bounty. They get multi-hero track kills. They tick it down to that 1K lead. It's exactly what they need to be doing. They've got about 30 seconds till magnetize. I think they want to just go again. Just especially with Febby and with KP. I mean, the Warlock, he can show up. Pi can just show up and throw upheavals from the back, which is fine. It's harder for him to make the mobility, though, but he's going to be the one carrying the smokes for his team to actually make those aggressive moves. Their lanes aren't in great positions right now, though. They're actually being shoved in on 2 sides at the moment.
Oh, this could be... Yeah, this is a good opening for Secret. They know that there's no golem. Just send the bear into the pit. Go for Roshan without the golem. Very hard for Mineski to do anything about a Roche attempt for Secret, so there should be a free Aegis for Nisha.
Already has the Blink Dagger, so he can actually start to get aggressive himself too after that Midas was done.
Yeah, there we have it. V's Secret grabbing the Aegis on Nisha. It's going to also give that gold to allow the mech to be completed by Yapso.
Do we have anyone? Man, we don't really have anyone who can build mech on the side of Mineski, huh? So they're going to be counteracted quite a bit from the Rum, the Oracle, and that Enigma now are going to just provide a lot more team fight too for Secret, just to counteract at least the big ultis that Mineski does still have, is that Magnetize and Golem. They still can dish out quite a crazy amount of damage if they're able to connect it properly. Secret just has to watch a bit of their positioning. Don't get too clumped up.
Tier 1 tower trade will be made down bottom. RG is able to find it, but they're losing the bigger towers mid. Tier 2's gone. Chains onto the Ursa's Eye. He's going to look for the catch onto Moon. He's got the full combo laid out. Can Moon dodge it? He's going to time the Remnant perfectly with the attempt to pull back on the X mark. So get back to the Remnant safely and keep himself out of harm's way.
Trying to get some more tracks up and chase. KP walks up high.
He does. He just goes blindly in. The jump back's going to be there on top of him, and that's your bounty hunter dead. Getting a little ahead of himself there, just leading the team up to the high ground blindly. And Secret, they were more than ready to instantly turn and collapse on him.
Yeah, he's worth quite a bit too.
Some big items coming out for Secret now. Diffusal Blade, complete for mid one.
He's got it done now too.
Yeah,
oh wow, okay.
Fully done. As we said, you know, the mechs there on Yapso, they're getting to the point where they can just find a pick-off and push.
And fighting is hard.
Any threat.
Yeah, and fighting is hard because of their itemization. They're that much tankier while on the side of Mineski.
They've got the full rod.
Yeah, they've got some bracers and stuff on their Spirit, so he's tanky. Febi's tanky, but it doesn't make the rest of the team. So positioning on Mineski is going to be really important for this fight.
He's trying to lead in. They do manage to get themselves on top of Zai, but he's such a tanky target there. Straight away turn with the bear on top of Febi. Febi's gone. They've dropped the golem and the Omni Slash, but the false promises they're keeping Zai alive. Nisha also having the enrage to stop that damage from really harming him whatsoever. RJ has the Blade Fury and run as now Mineski getting separated. The X mark's going to be on Moon. Will drag him back. They have tried. They've got the root on him as well, but no further follow-up. So Moon should be fine. Back in the river though, KP chased down by mid-1 and Jabzor. Black Hole being committed as well. There's no messing around from Secret as they'll pick up a third kill off the back of Mineski being the team trying to find some action. Moon does manage to slide by with the Remnant, but that may just cost him his life. With the Diffusal Blade, mid-1's going to drain the entirety of his mana. There's no way to play out. Sure, you killed Japsor, but you just fed mid-1 another kill. Triple kill on the Slark, that fight. Now a 5k lead for Secret.
And that was Mineski with everything.
That was them hunting for a fight.
That was them hunting for a fight, but the items and just the items and the rum, right? This mech comes in, the rum comes through, and it's like, oh my god, our damage is starting to be not enough.
And then there's an Oracle.
And then there's an Oracle, and then also it's the threat. Oh god, we used our Warlock Rock, and Enigma still has Black Hole.
Yeah.
The team fight gets very awkward at that point.
Febi going to get rooted. The silence will be there to stop a straight-up torrent coming out. Febi, he's going to try and roll away, but the X-Mark from Zai brings him back. Another kill set up for mid-1. KP hitting into the two of them. He's got to be careful. If that power's clipped, he may have just died. They do get the root off from Puppy. That's going to set up for the boat. A Secret take down another two.
Right now, like, Mineski doesn't want to fight. There's a 31 stack Slark running at you. He's got 221 base damage.
Diffusal Blade. Uh-oh, Pi. Slowed down by the Diffusal Blade. As Pi, he'll try his best to run and hide and dance around the trees, but mid-1, he's going to have the fancier footwork. Another triple kill, two triple kills back-to-back for mid-1 within the matter of a couple of minutes. This Slark getting out of control. He's nearly got the money for a full basher. And as you say, 37 temporarily. I mean, even just having the 7 permanent stacks at this point, it's a bit of a dream here for this mid-Slark.
Yeah, and this was the build he went in when we saw him at the CQ Major too. The Diffusal, it was versus a Medusa, so that made even more sense. But yeah, it looks, this Diffusal build on the Slark looks excellent. Just lets him hunt so much easier. And even these mana burns, it's so annoying because he hits you so fast.
And actually, he opts for the blink first before the basher. So he's got that easier way of closing the gap. I mean, he knows he can just sort of throw himself in because, as you mentioned, just the numerous different ways his team can keep him alive and can allow him to play incredibly aggressively. He just blinks in on top of Pylite Eye. Pylite Eye, he's got no way to counterplay that. You're just dead if this Slark jumps on you.
Yeah, and even with this Blink Dagger too, he can just jump on the Ember Spirit. And, and Ember is just like, oh my god, then what do you do? You're just running around in circles inside a pounce, you get caught by extra disables. This lets that Blink Dagger actually allows him to get the catch on
just jumping into the base, past the tier 3 tower, on top of another target. It's just carnage continuing.
Because he just still had all those stacks. Now they're starting to tick away, but they're starting to hit on towers.
KP's getting rooted. He's got the movement speed, so it will be fine. But yeah, they're sieging the high ground.
They're chasing KP and they're sieging high ground at the same time. They might be getting punished here, though. Some buybacks coming out. Febby.
Unlikely to be able to catch anything, though, with the torrent onto Febby, slowing him down. They even popped a smoke as well, so Puppey and Japso could get close to the rest of the team, ready to join up once more as 5.
The line's been drawn. Mineski wants the 5 men. They're getting...
They've got to have
They're getting just picked off too much, like little like Slark adepts. They want to make their rock and their magnetized go together, but all of Secret is here to play. The Kunkka is not quite here, Zai.
He's under the sentry. He came too close there. That sentry placement off to the side of the lane, catching him out.
Jeez.
But now we just 4 left alive. They really want to try and go for him. Mid1 jumps in. He's got nothing to be scared of at all. He'll pop the Shadow Dance to remove the Omni Slash from him. Pilot Eye drops a golem, but the fight is already 2 broken up for Mineski. Mid1 keeping himself on top of Pilot Eye. The Warlock's dead. The Bash coming out. There's no chance for a Blade Fury from Arjit, as they just die on Mineski. 17-9, 10k lead. This is looking to be just as rough as game 1 now.
Listen, I mean, absolute outclass. Like, Secret just looking as sharp as ever. Mineski, they came into this one with a little bit of a different game plan. And it's not really working versus Secret. They just, they're looking really strong.
Just a different way to lose at this point. As Mid1 jumps in, Nisha as well. Febby's gone. 12 permanent stacks of Agi stolen from, on the Mid1 Slark. The base just getting taken away as Mineski once again looking to be forced in a position where they just have no answer. GG's called. It really is. There's nothing else they can do in a game like this. But unfortunately for Mineski, 2 games in a row being forced into the same situation as Secret turning up today and looking to be sort of the major champions you'd expect to see.
Yeah, I feel like they needed to get a lot more out of their aggro, or just more out of just the Earth Spirit in the first like 5, 6, 7 minutes or so, because the bottom lane they didn't ever kill anybody, right? I don't think they never killed Nisha or Puppey in the laning phase.
No.
And Puppey and Nisha actually got a kill in the laning phase versus that aggro. So I really think, yeah, it's a tough one for Mineski here versus Secret, who seemed incredibly prepared. They had a really strong draft. This Ursa pick seemed to really throw Mineski off quite a bit here. And yeah, it was
rough,
Secret,
a rough game for Mineski. But yeah, as you said, this is against Secret.
Yeah,
this is a Team Secret that's looking to be very much on top of their game and with their ideas, with their play. They're just letting, there's no gaps. There's no way for Mineski to sort of break in. The draft, sure, they sort of shot themselves in the foot with the draft this time round going into this game too. But even so, you can't really blame them. Against Secret, it's just tough to not look like you just get absolutely demolished.
No, absolutely. They are on fire right now. They have so much confidence. You can see it in their plays and their itemization and everything too. So yeah, someone's gonna have to find something to be able to take out Secret, because Mineski not at all.
No, not at all. The way they get away with having sort of the mid Slark, the fact that Secret can just sort of throw this at you.
Yeah.
You can't slip up any sort of point in the draft.
Even offlane Kunkka, that's what, twice now, maybe even the 3rd time they've done it here. Yeah.
Wow. Well, Secret, a very dominant series from them as they will take down Mineski 2-0 in this 2-game series of the groups. We'll pass you back to the panel.
Thanks very much, gents. Fog Denodi Pixel there with the commentary of a 2-game series which was dominated by one team, and I guess it was kind of predictable, gents, wasn't it, really?
Yeah.
We couldn't find much from game 1 to give Mineski some hope for game 2, and it proved that way. It was a much easier game in a way.
I don't know. I think they had a bit more of a shot in game 2 than they did in game 1, but it was relatively even.
At
15
what point,
minutes in.
Alan?
I thought 15 minutes in they had at least a chance.
Okay.
But then you give up a string of 5 or 6 kills to Mid1 Slark, and the game just is over from there.
Cap? And do you share that sentiment? Do you feel like they had something, or a small chance?
Not really. Just mostly because of the fact that that mid matchup, like the Slark Ember Spirit, you just see Mid1 farming away, very similar to what was happening the previous game, where
look at the game here, though.
Free farming.
This is not a game that was necessarily out of control until you see Mid1 with. This was the key stretch that Mid1 just took over the game.
I mean, they also had an uncontested 4-position Enigma as well, because they were running a core bounty hunter, right? And what was kind of cool about Secret, I don't know if this is actually the case, but depending on that last pick, if it had been a support bounty hunter, then there was things that Secret still could have changed despite them not having the last pick, they still could have done a situation where they run a core Enigma instead of having the 4-position Enigma, which is very exposed to support Bounty Hunter, because you basically, he just follows you around.
Agreed.
That's all it is, right? They could have run a core Enigma, and then they could have run, like, we've seen support Ursa, we've seen support Kunkka as well. Like, they still had ways they could have shifted. They could have run the core Kunkka into the Ember Spirit. Like, there was a lot of things that Secret could still do, and I think that's just really cool and brilliant that Secret is able to pull something like that off.
I think that ends up being a really important point, too, as we talk about Secret moving forward, because Mineski lost this draft when their second phase picks were Ember and Juggernaut, right? And Ursa was still on the board.
And we were still arguing after we left the set about, you know, why would you pick Jug 4 if you're going to pick 2 melees? You're going to pick it 5th and hide it a little bit, and then if you do pick it 5th, you can ban the Ursa.
But here's the thing, as the Caps point, I think that becomes incredibly important because they didn't have to do that, and Secret still could have crushed this draft. There's so much that they could have done in those last 2 picks.
Lots of flexibility. I'm going to ask you for an MVP, Alan.
I'm going to go ahead. You know what? I'm going to take the easy way out, and I'm going to give it to Mid1 in that game just because I feel like he took a game that I think Mineski were feeling like, all right, maybe we're not going to win because this is Secret. They're really good, but we're at least playing with these guys. We've given ourselves a chance, and Mid1 just took that door and slammed it off the hinges shut.
Yeah. Nisha in the first game, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah? I mean, it's hard when they're playing so well to just.
You want the easier
I want to give. I want to give Zai
MVP
every game.
to the drafter and Captain Puppy, because that's the real MVP. There you go.
Why are you propping up your non-existent glasses there, Cap?
Because inside, at heart, I'm a nerd, Alan.
I love it. I knew that
it was an intelligence thing where you push your glasses up there. I say there.
Got a little tape in between the frames, you know.
Our MVP for this particular game and the series, so Mr. Mid1, who, as we've said already, Kyle said it yesterday, best player in the world right now.
He has certainly made his case, and these games are so scary because the more we talk about in games like Game 1, you got to have this plan to address Nisha. You got to be able to stop Nisha from farming. You got to attack Nisha's hero pool in the draft. You forget that Mid1 can still take a game like that and just completely shut the door on you.
How much of that was Secret, and how much of that was Mineski,
though? There was definitely a big draft advantage for Secret to start in both games. So I think it's more Mineski. I mean, just because of the fact that you inherently have, like, it's good choices by Secret the way they set up their lanes for both games, where there was a mid matchup that would be unfavorable. Instead, they take their safe lane hero and plug it in there, and it just ends up free farming. This literally just happened in Game 1. It happens in Game 2. Like, okay, that's a Mineski problem that they let that happen in the first place. So
okay,
okay, go ahead.
Now we'll get some more from both of you in a moment. I want to hear from the captain of Team Secret, though, who is with Shiva.
Hey, I'm here with Puppy from Team Secret. Puppy, first of all, congratulations, not just with today, but also, of course, with yesterday having a good score, 3-1. How are you doing today?
Doing all right. Could have played better. These 2 games could have been faster wins, in my opinion, overall. But overall, we're getting to see a lot of heroes pop out, like Enigma. We've been playing Leshrac and stuff, so we'll see what happens in this tournament, basically.
Yeah, because you are kind of the favorites to look at, favorites to take this tournament as well, according to a lot of people. And I just want to know, how does it feel playing from your perspective, knowing that you're the favorites and basically have a target on your back for the other teams?
I don't know. I think we don't consider ourselves favorites. We just want to come into the tournament, you know, play to win, and I think there's a lot of good teams in this tournament, like namely OG and NIP. I haven't seen really For the Dream basically in any tournament yet, so we'll see what they can do. But overall, yeah, like it's anybody's game, honestly.
And today you had you're speaking about some new heroes that have been popping up over the last few days. We saw a Naga last pick that we had Nisha play. Can you talk to us a little bit about that last pick? Was that planned from the get-go? Was that just a last minute, like, hey, what if we go Naga?
We had like 5 heroes that we wanted to pick, and all of them kind of did the same thing, like Arc Warden, Naga, Phantom Lancer, and maybe Spectre somewhere along the lines. But overall, all the heroes have one specific thing, like their agility, hard carries with mostly illusion type form. Therefore, Naga has been seeing a lot of buffs. It's a good hero. We used it because they picked Silencer, a hero that is, you know, really bad against illusion heroes. And I just don't know, like, it just fit because we could, you know, swap our lanes, put him mid, and a lot of the stuff like that.
Yeah, I got one final question. It's actually about Nisha, because we're in Poland. It's his home country. Can you tell us a little bit about how he's feeling in this tournament? Is there, extra jitters for him, perhaps, playing in front of a home crowd?
Maybe there is, but I've noticed only one thing that is different. In our practice room, he only speaks Polish, almost. Like when he's usually when we're on other tournaments and stuff, he can just kind of he's speaking English because he doesn't speak to his Polish, brothers are around, team speak and stuff. But right now he's just spamming Polish all the time. So hometown, I guess, didn't feel a difference.
All right, glad to hear. Looking forward to seeing you play again today, and yeah, have a good tournament.
Thank you.
Thank you. Back to you, Paul.
Thanks, Shiva. Yes, Puppy there. And he mentioned Nisha. It's worth picking up on the fact that it's home soil, and there's a lot of pride involved, and he gets to play, hopefully, if they get through as far as they do. I don't want to make assumptions, but they should get through to the stage where they are playing in front of a packed audience in the Spodek Arena, and that can only be a magical thing for a Polish player, I'm sure.
It's like I have a story for him, too, because he was here last year with Kingwin, kind of the hometown team that looked like they may have a shot to do something and weren't quite able to get to that for those final last few days, but he's here now with the favorite. We're going to get to see him on the main stage.
Yeah. One of the other things I want to pick up on there, we've talked about the flexibility of Puppy drafting the team, and when you heard him talking about, talking about the Naga, and he's like, oh, we have 5 other heroes in there.
That's so scary.
You're like, wow, they are quite scary right now.
There's a reason Puppy is one of the legends of Dota. Just think about that opening question, talking about how he felt about the games and everything. He's like, we could have done that better.
Yeah.
And there was a scene, I don't usually like to impose my own idea of what's happening in the practice room, but if you saw after that game, Puppy was standing up, he was talking to everybody, they were all looking at him, and it looked like a serious conversation. And it feels like also from that post-game interview, he was saying, guys, there were certain things in that game that he didn't feel was acceptable. It felt like they could have done better. And you need that kind of hard ass and also that kind of hunger to just never be satisfied, to be on top for this goddamn long.
Yeah.
Puppy won the first TI, and he's still on top teams several years later. It's just incredible, and that's kind of what you have to be. You have to be the hard ass. You have to be the guy, the evil guy with the goatee sometimes.
It's definitely grown that as well. It's grown on me as well. We're headed to a break right now, but when we come back, we'll have our second game of the day. We're sticking with Group A for now, of course. This afternoon and this evening, we'll head back to Group B. Still 3 more series to come of high quality Dota 2 action. Stay with us here at ESL One Katowice 2019.